welcome to Mind class. Today we're stretching. We're going to start out standing. We'll make our way to the floor. If you're tracking, track yourself on some yoga, water, maybe a sweat towel, but you actually do need a towel or something like a resistance loop today. If you have it, go grab it. It can be a hand towel. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You know, like a hand towel from your bathroom, go grab it. We're going to use this today. Roll it up kind of like such, and we're going to start with swinging it around, so it's probably going to come unrolled now that I think of it. But anyways, we'll get it back to this point. It is a prop today. If you don't have a towel nearby, that's fine. You can still do this without that. Last week we did the same class. No towel, no prop. But if you have one, go grab it. You need your mat. Clear space. Today's word is I am extraordinary. If you're playing music, play some music. Otherwise, I've got something soft back there. I own my greatness, and I'm so much more than ordinary because it's true, okay? All right, we'll go ahead and start standing, feet width apart, hip width apart on our mat, toes forward. Are you ready? Let's roll. This is gonna be fun, okay? It's gonna feel so good when we're all done. All right. This is also here to swipe your sweat if you need to, okay? So toes forward, like I said, about hip width, maybe wider. I go a little bit wider, about the distance of your mat. Take your towel in one hand, we're gonna circle through center like we're whipping it around. Circle it in the other arm. So we're coming through center, big, big circles. And if you don't have your towel, it looks like this. All right, big, big reaches. Either way though, big, big reaches. Whew, there, I just hit my ceiling. It's gonna happen. If you have a resistance loop, you can do this with or without it, okay? Remember, nobody's there watching, hopefully, maybe family members, so don't feel silly about this. Your chest, your hips, they're facing forward. It's just your arm in your shoulder joint, rotating and rolling. And your arm is straight, and your arm is long. Crown of your head is long to the ceiling, nice and tall. All right, go ahead and release to your center. Roll it up really quickly. And then you're gonna hold it hand to hand, okay? Toes forward still, proud chest, long spine. We're gonna fold forward, just like a morning glory. Look over the edge, lift your arms up overhead, reach, release, and then come back on up to stand. Let's go ahead and reach up overhead, big stretch, and release. Okay, so fold, overhead, down, stand up, and do an extra stretch at the top. So again, same thing, no towel, you're gonna fold, reach, stand, reach. Your shoulders are gonna wanna creep up in your ears, so I want you to try to pull your shoulder blades down and back and get your shoulders out of your ears. My traps just can't help it. They just creep, creep, creep. But I can fight that. Try to push them back down. Standing tall and upright. We're gonna reach up overhead. Pull down like you're doing a pull-up right behind your neck. The towel just lays right there. Your hands can come right into your armpits. Tilt your chin into your chest, round your spine, and we're rolling, rolling, rolling. All the way down, and we're going to allow the crown of our heads to come down. We're looking between our legs, and then we're going to roll it back up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. This is the only time one of the rare times I tell you to tuck your chin, and your head's going to come below your heart at some point, okay? So, if you don't have a towel, you're just going to do the same thing. You can even just tuck your hands behind your neck if you want, gently, or you can just reach up. Pull down right in front of your armpits. Tuck, 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 tuck. Stretch, 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 stretch. Dive down and then roll, 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 roll back up. Hopefully you're not too dizzy. If you are, just take a second, get yourself set straight, and then open your feet even wider, toes forward, arms up overhead. We're gonna side bend to one side, come center, side bend to the other side, and that should leave you a little bit breathless. And then we're going to side lunge, knee behind the toe. So we bend, obliques and core, then glutes and hamstrings, hips and knees. Make sure that your knee is staying behind your toe, your butt's going back. If your knee's coming in front of your toe, just don't go down as far, or make your stance even wider so you can stick your butt back. This gets very challenging with our arm overhead hold. Okay, that's part of the process. So when you're in a side lunge and your arms overhead, it challenges you in a different way. All right, release. Shoulders are warm, huh? Feet are gonna come hip width. And kind of roll your hands into your towel about so, okay? And hold it here, right in front of your chest like a guard. Squat, turn, rotate. Squat, turn, rotate. I want you to lift your heel, just like we do in kickboxing. Squat, rotate. Open up your stance a little bit wider as you get a little bit lower, and then you can rotate a little bit further as well, okay? Draw your belly button in. Activating and engaging our core. We always want to do that. And warming up the body. Putting some fluid into all of our bones. Getting all that stiffness out of our bodies. All right, go ahead and come up to stand. Release your towel. This one I ended up hurting myself on a long time ago when we did it, so please be careful. You're gonna take the towel, or just your hand, up overhead, like you're gonna stretch out your tricep, and you're gonna take this back arm, this bottom arm, and grab the towel behind your back. Go ahead and use the towel and pull your elbow back. Anchor yourself in the towel, pull your elbow back, opening up your right shoulder. That's what the goal is right now. It's not the top arm, it's the back arm. Open up your shoulder. So what I did last time is I pulled too far with the towel. Don't do that. I think I pulled myself more towards my midline and to the other side of my body, which you can do. Just anchor yourself. The towel's just there to kind of hold yourself in place as you pull your elbow back, and that front of your shoulder's opening up. Go ahead and release your bottom hand, and then switch hands. We're gonna go the other side. So like you're about to stretch out your tricep, grab behind in a comfortable spot. Don't force it with the other arm, and then elbow pull back. Anchor yourself here. You can absolutely do this no towel. You can still take the one hand overhead and then just put this hand on the small of your back and chicken wing back, open up your shoulder, okay? You don't need the towel for this if you don't have it or don't want to use it. Bonus is if you can get a good tension in the towel between your hands, you will get an extra tricep stretch, but we are gonna do the tricep next, so it's not necessary. Work your shoulder first. I forgot to tell you at the start of class, if you have something soft for your knees, you can grab that. We are gonna come to a half kneeling position next. So right now, if you need something soft for your knee, go grab it. Release everything, shake it out. To me, that's an intense stretch that really does something for me. So let's go right leg forward, left leg down. We're in a half lunge here. Now we're gonna do the triceps. So same kind of hold, okay? We're gonna take this behind us. So you're gonna take your left hand, your left arm up overhead, and your right knee forward. We're gonna lean forward, and then we're gonna pull down with this right arm to stretch the tricep. So we already did the shoulder, now we're doing the tricep. As you lean forward, it allows you a little space behind your butt to pull down, and it should not be impeding on your shoulder, okay? So if you feel any pinches in your shoulders, release it, let the tension go, and maybe just come right here. You can even take a little arch up and over if you are just using your hands. Okay, this next one's kind of cool. Let's see if we can get ourselves in the right position for it. We want to put the towel under our knee just a little bit, so you're kind of holding it down, okay? You're gonna grab it with that hand, and you're gonna reach your ear to your other shoulder, so it just causes some extra tension down here, but it releases your neck, so we're stretching your neck. So you're gonna grab the towel, anchor in your knee, and you're gonna just come to the side here. Does that make sense? I mean, I absolutely feel it. I hope that I'm explaining it well enough. You guys can see it and you're doing it. Good. Again, no towel. You would just reach your hand out to take the ear to the opposite shoulder. And as you lose the tension, as it releases and you get some length, you can always re-grip the towel a little bit lower. Tall through your spine. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Whenever we add a prop in, I always get tripped up, like, am I explaining this right? I think we got it. So left leg forward, right hand comes up and over, with or without the towel. You have the towel, grab it. As you lean forward, pull down, get an extra stretch in your tricep. You can also come up a little bit taller and come up and over. That up and over actually works better if you don't use your towel, by the way. So if you would like a little bit more hip flexor and oblique stretch with your tricep, release the towel, hand over the elbow, and take an arch to the side. If you have this towel in your hand and you're leaning forward, squeeze your glute, draw your belly button in, abs engaged. And then release. You're going to take the towel underneath your knee, anchor it there, press on it with your knee. You're going to grip it with your hand, and you're going to take your shoulder, your ear to your other shoulder, and you're just going to grab more tension as needed. All through your neck here. So especially if you had a poor night of sleep where you slept funky on your neck, I did that a couple days ago. This might be a great stretch for you to do. If you don't have a towel, take your fingertips and reach them out to the sides. You take your ear to your shoulder. Tuck your tailbone under, draw your belly button in, squeeze your abs, and then come tall through your posture as you take your head to the side. There's a lot when I tell you to do that. But that's just alignment and form. We've got a deeper stretch. All right, go ahead and release your towel. 2 ways to do this. Re-roll if you need to. You're holding it end to end. And we're going to lunge, rotate, switch, rotate. If you'd like to, come up higher, step, step. Okay, it just depends on what you feel like doing. We're going to come back down to the ground. So if you feel like getting up, get up. If you feel like being down low, stay low. So we've done shoulders, triceps, neck, a lot of rotation through our spine. That always helps loosen up our backs. And now we're going to come down, work our chest and biceps, and all of the parts of our legs, okay? So grab your towel again, come down to your belly. We're gonna wrap this around our foot. So you're just gonna make a little loop around your foot, taking then the hand and the towel to your butt. If you'd like to, you can grab it with 2 hands and pull. If you're okay holding with 1 hand, that's fine too. Okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you here. If you have it with 2 hands, you're going to want to try to pull it, like you're going to actually pull it towards your butt crack. I want you to pull it towards your cheek. So even if you have 2 hands on it, I want your heel to the same cheek. Okay? And not towards your midline, not towards your center. You can rest your chin on the floor, your forehead on the floor. You can put your cheek down and really pull the heel towards your bottom, lifting your thigh up off the floor. Should be a very deep quad stretch. We've got the towel to kind of help us there. So now release it and do the other foot. So if you can, just bend the other foot, loop it, and then release the other one. Hold on, I don't think I can do. There we go. This is so graceful. Okay, loop the other foot. However you end up doing, loop the other foot. Wants to go down my leg. There we go. So pull that heel towards your bottom. Remember, don't center yourself, try to get it in line with that cheek, that leg, that thigh. So if it's your left leg, left heel to your left cheek, drawing the heel in, knee off the floor, your thigh should be peeling off the floor if you're pulling it enough. 2 hands or 1 hand is up to you. Keep choking up on the towel as needed. All right, release that. Let's take your hands up overhead. Hold the towel. This one might get a little tricky. Hold the towel. Oh, big stretch. With 2 hands wide. We're going to tick-tock lift and tick-tock lift. So a little chest, a little biceps. You want to basically separate and pull with your arms. The other thing you can do here is just take your big scorpion tail stretch, no towel. Okay. What happens as we grab the towel though, and we lift and kind of tick-tock, is we're working our our backs as well. Okay. As we try to open up the chest and the bicep and reach, stretch. All right, go ahead and stop there. Rolling over to our backs. I'm actually going to turn myself this way for now. We've got looped around the foot again. One leg straight, other leg straight. If you need to bend this bottom leg, that's fine. I'd like you to try to straighten it. Even more so if you can flex your bottom foot and flex your top foot, and then you're going to really try to bend your elbows and draw your straight leg towards you. Think about your thigh towards your belly, your knee towards your chest, and this is going to be super challenging for many of you to even go straight leg, so just do what you can, okay? If you do not have a towel, you're going to hold behind your thigh or your calf, or if you can grab your foot. Remember those cue points, your thigh, your calf, or your foot, coming up for the next 2 stretches as well. You're going to grab either your foot, your thigh, or your calf as we take our leg across our midline, like inside, okay, internally. So I'm going to grab the towel with my opposite hand, anchor myself with the other, and I'm going to come across my body, try and keep my hips and shoulders on the floor, stretching out this IT band. I'm not going to make it that far, and you don't have to make it that far either, okay? If you do not have a towel, you're still going to take the opposite hand on and hold it either your thigh or your calf, or if you can get to your toe, okay? But it does help on this IT band stretch if you have a towel. It truly does, because you can kind of hold your leg in place and feel this stretch right here. We overuse our IT bands and they get so tight that's usually what's pulling on our backs. We're going to switch hands. So this hand's going to take the towel, the other hand's going to come out, or you're going to grab your calf or thigh, and we're going to come the opposite direction now. Straight leg if you can, lowering your leg as far as you can go. That's comfortable while your other shoulder stays on the ground. So this is for your groin. I'm going to turn myself a little bit here because I think you guys have it, but this gives you a little better angle maybe. Okay, so you want to try to bend your elbow and bring your leg up high if you can. High and low. Try to let it drop naturally, don't force it. This is just a hip opener that feels more natural to you. You're not, pulling your leg to the ground. You're just letting the weight of your leg drop down. So we've done back, inner, and outer thighs. Now we're going to head to kind of all of them and your glute. So bring that knee in, bend it, figure 4, take your other thigh up underneath it. Now I can't figure 4 this hip very well. Right about here is as far as I can go today. But what I'd like for you to do, if you can, is to pull your towel towards you as your knee opens. You can either take the foot off the thigh and pull it in, or you can take the bottom foot up and pull it in, okay? I'll show you when you get to the other side, but I think that I can explain a figure 4 to you and you can figure it out, okay? I've got some pinching here that's just, it was getting a little bit better yesterday, and then I went and played soccer with my kids, and my husband made fun of me because he's usually the one that when he's hurt, he doesn't stop, he'll just keep going and then just makes it worse. Playing sports. And I usually don't play sports, and so the one time that I go and do it, I kind of, we laughed because it sounds like something he would do. All right, release that foot, that leg, extend it out straight. You're gonna loop the other foot. We're gonna do all the same stretches. The hamstring stretch first. On the other side, oh, hello, tightness. Okay, so again, straighten out your knee, flatten out and flex both feet if you can. Your bottom leg can bend, but I'd love for you to try to have it straight. And then if you can, bend your elbows a little bit, tug on that towel without hurting yourself. Keep your knees straight and thigh to your belly button. It's almost like a standing splits. One leg's better than the other for me. This leg's really tight, so this feels amazing. Feel better when it's done. If you have a towel, you're going to grab it with your opposite hand. If you have just your hand, you're going to take your other arm out and then grab your thigh or your calf or your toes. And we're going to take this across the midline of our body until you get to a place that's like comfortable, yet a little uncomfortable. There we go, keep both hips on the floor. That does help too. Keep your shoulder on the floor. So I don't want you completely twisted like this. I want your shoulder and your hip on the floor. Your hip might be a little bit lifted, but really work on this outer thigh IT band, running from your hip to your knee. And you can even pull the towel closer to you, so your knee comes a little closer to you now. Do you feel more of a stretch? Wowzas. That makes a difference. I'm thankful for this towel today because it helps the stretches go a little bit deeper. All right, come center, switch hands, anchor yourself on your other side. Open up with your body weight of your leg. So the weight of your leg is going to open you up. Then once you're in a good spot, your hips are on the ground, your shoulders are on the ground, then you can bend your elbow and pull your toe closer to your head. This is your groin stretch, so if your leg opens up even more to the ground, you can allow that to happen. This other hip is facing the ceiling, so I don't want you to turn that hip either direction. I want you to have your hips straight up still, while just your leg is off to the side there. Okay, it's kicked out. Kicked out to the side. I have a visitor. Hey, bud. You just drank water. This is going to be great. Hi, thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. Go. No, he'd rather kiss my face. All right, go ahead and bend that knee. Figure 4 over the other. So now I can show you. You can lift your knee off the ground and hold this foot with the towel and open up your thigh so that your calf and shin are parallel to like the wall. Or you can leave that leg down and just figure 4 your top leg. Okay? Get your glute, outer thigh. It's up to you which is more comfortable. If you want the support of your knee, or if you can just do it, just your leg. I like having the support of the thigh over here. Give it a little extra oomph. In about 10 seconds, we'll roll up to sit. Get a little deeper, breathe. Didn't say anything about breathing today. This towel is really just taking over all of the conversation. Go ahead and sit up. We're going to stretch out our calves. So you're going to take one foot, stack it on the other, wrap it, and then as you pull towards you, you'll feel your calf open up, okay? But we want one stacked over the other. Tall posture, shoulders out of your ears, and then you're just pulling the ball of your foot forward. So make sure it's not on your arch. You want it on the ball of your foot. If you're at your arch, you probably won't get your calf stretched out. So calf, try to keep your feet flexed and toes to the ceiling. Take a peek at your toes. How's your pedicure? Do you need one? Hey, if you keep showing up to your classes and doing your workouts, give yourself that treat. Give yourself that toe treat. Okay, switch feet. Stack them. Toes straight up. Feet flexed. Ball of your foot gets the wrap. Shoulders down and away from your ears. Try your 12 posture. Really lengthening the back of the leg. This is really good if you wear heels one day and the next day you're really sore. Do this stretch. I just looked outside, it's snowing. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's only March 28th and it's snowing. It's okay, it's okay. It'll melt, it'll go away. All right, I'm gonna beep in about 5 seconds. Enjoy the stretch for a couple more. We're gonna put the foot down, feet are gonna go parallel, release the towel. Now we're gonna do an upper back stretch. So we want to round forward, wrap our feet, and then separate our shoulder blades. So you're gonna anchor yourself here. You can go on the arches, you can go on the balls of your feet. It doesn't matter, just wrap your feet. Grab that towel and open up your shoulder blades as you round out your spine. Tuck your chin a little bit. And if you don't have your towel, just grab your feet or your calves. So we want to be rounded out here, upper back, opening up. It's kind of funny because we're so used to doing our hamstrings this way, but we'll get to those next. We're doing our upper back. I even feel this in my lower back as I round out my spine and pull my belly button in. Feeling all sorts of places actually. But they're all connected. All the spots I'm feeling are connected here. So, all right, release the tension. Just, if you need to, I think it might be too much. Now, hamstrings. So, we're going to take one leg. If you'd like to bend the other, bend it. If you'd like to straighten the other, straighten it. We're going to do hamstring stretch here, so you are going to use your towel as you lower your belly button towards your thigh and your chest towards your knee. Chin is untucked now. I've got one hand anchoring me here, holding me up, but you can use 2 hands and pull forward. It's up to you. Now we've got hamstring stretching. Look at your calf a little bit more too. Your legs should feel great right now. Really loose and lengthen. Go ahead and switch sides. So if you need to bend that leg, go for the other leg, or just get that leg out of the way. Just depends on how deep of a stretch you want. It always feels deeper when I come down and my legs out. I don't know, everybody's different, so. Toe to the ceiling, belly button to your thigh, untuck your chin. It's okay. You should do stretches with me. I'm almost done. I have one more stretch. It's fine. Okay. I'm trying to keep the dog out of the way now. He's not bothering me though. I always know there's a chance he's going to come down and give me kisses. He makes his cameo, and you can see his cute little face. All right, release. Take the bottoms of your feet together. You can wrap them. Again, this one's going to challenge me, so I'm going to explain it a little bit better to you than what I can do here. See, here it is. Hi. Butterfly. Pull your heels in closer to your body, and then lean forward tall with your chest. This is as far as I can go today. Hi. Sit. 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 Gently sit. Sit. Good boy, sit. You good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I think he's trying to lick the sweat off of me. It's fine. Thank you. You should turn around and look at the camera. Should look at your cute face instead of your backside. All right, we have one more stretch to go after butterfly. Keep leaning your chest forward, belly button centered. All right, go ahead and release your feet, and we're gonna flip over to our knees on all fours. Move it, move it, move it. Go. On all fours, drop your bottom back, child's pose. We're gonna take this towel behind us, behind our backs. We're gonna slowly lower our foreheads to the floor. And then we can either grab the towel with some tension and lift our arms up, or you can just put your hands behind your back and settle. So we're in a child's pose, kind of like a worship. Arms reaching back behind us. Or hands in the small of your back, pulling your elbows up. Release your hands to your hips or your lower back. Release your hands to the floor. Take a deep breath. And then walk your hands forward into tabletop. You can either stand or stay seated and gather yourself, but that is the end of class. Go ahead and take a nice big breath. Yeah, as you get up, you're going to feel lots of things. So have a great day. Thanks for joining me and Tussle in our doggy yoga today in our stretch class, and I will see you back here on Saturday. Remember, I'm going to ask you to do replays tomorrow and the next day because we have carpet coming, and I know it's going to be really loud and probably messy above the ceiling here. So have a great couple of days. I'll see you Saturday. Bye.